الحمد لله والصلاة والسلام على رسول الله وأشهد أن لا إله إلا الله وحده لا شريك له وأشهد أن محمدا عبده ورسوله. اللهم صل وسلم وبارك على سيدنا محمد النبي الأمي وآله وصحبه. أما بعد, my dear brothers and sisters, my dear children, Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. Continue inshallah today the story of Musa alayhi salatu wassalam and Bani Israel in Sinai. I mentioned last Friday that while Musa alayhi salatu wassalam was in the presence of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala and following the receipt of the Torah from Allah, Allah informed him that something went wrong with his people down there in the camp. What was it? أعوذ بالله من الشيطان الرجيم. I'm reading from verse 85, chapter 20, طه. قال فإنا قد فتنا قومك من بعدك وأضلهم السامري. O Moses, we have tested your people in your absence. The Samurai has led them astray. A man called a Samurai has led them astray. So Musa was very upset. Now imagine he was carrying the tablets and he was walking all the way down from the mount and going towards his people's camp, where he appointed his brother Harun to be in charge. I mean, this is something not nice. فرجع موسى إلى قومه غضبان أسفا. So Musa عليه الصلاة والسلام returned to his people in a state of anger and sorrow. قال يا قوم, O my people, ألم يعدكم ربكم وعدا حسنا? Hasn't your Lord promised you something very good? A handsome promise? أفطال عليكم العهد أم أردتم أن يحل عليكم غضب من ربكم فأخلفتم موعدي. O my people, did not your Lord make a handsome promise to you? Did then the promise seem to you long in coming? Or did you desire that wrath would descend from your Lord on you, and so you broke my promise to me? I mean, this is very sad news for Musa alayhi salatu wassalam. قالوا ما أخلفنا موعدك بملكنا ولكننا حملنا أوزارا من زينة القوم فقذفناها فكذلك ألقى السامري. Let me tell you the story, the summary of the story, and then I will read the details from the Quran. This samurai asked them to get rid of the gold and the ornaments they brought with them from Egypt. They used to borrow from the Egyptians. This is in accordance with Exodus. Actually, the story is in chapter 12, verse 35 to 36. That the Israelites used to borrow gold and ornaments from the Egyptians to use them in their festivities, but they didn't have enough time to return it because they didn't want the Egyptian to know that they were leaving Egypt. So they took it with them. They took the gold, and the Samurai was trying to be smart, and he told them, "Look, you are carrying something which you shouldn't be. It's like stealing from the people of Egypt. You should have returned them. But now let us get rid of them, and where to burn them." So he asked them to throw into the fire all their ornaments. And he did the same. And he turned it into a calf, a little calf made out of gold, who also had a sound. He made the air goes inside it in a way when it comes out as if it's making a sound. And he told them, this is your God. Forget about Musa. This is your true God. So you have to worship this idol. Subhanallah. they have been influenced by, unfortunately, by the religion of the ancient Egyptians. And this is always the fear when you live in a community which is not following the same teachings like yours. It is very easy that you will be influenced by what they are doing. If you have no faith, if your faith is not strong enough, you will be affected by the majority of the people you live with, who do not share your, I would say, moralities or spiritualities or God's moral law, put it this way. So these people now forgot about the punishment or the tests they had to go through in Egypt. They forgot about how did God save them. They forgot about the food which he sent to them. They forgot about everything. And now what they want an idol to worship. So when Musa came back, he spoke to his people. Why did you do that? قالوا ما أخلفنا موعدك بملكنا. We did not break the promise to you as far as lay in our power. But we were made to carry the weight of the ornaments of the whole people, and we threw them into the fire, and that was what the Samurai suggested. So Samurai suggested to them to get rid of the ornaments you have stolen from the Egyptians, put it in the fire. And then he turned it into a calf. And he told them, this is your God. And they followed him. فأخرج لهم عجلا جسدا له خوار. That's verse 88, chapter 20. Then he brought out of the fire, before the people, the image of a calf. It seemed to low, as if it can making a noise. خوار. فقالوا هذا إلهكم وإله موسى فنسي. So they said, oh, this is your God and the God of Moses. But Moses has forgotten. You see, Moses disappeared 40 days, 40 nights. He forgot about this. He forgot to tell you, this is your God. And then Allah is saying, أفلا يرون ألا يرجع إليهم قولا ولا يملك لهم ضرا ولا نفعا. Couldn't they see that it could not return them a word for answer, and that it had no power either to harm them or to do them good? This is something which is not going to benefit them. He cannot hear them. He cannot respond to them. He's not going to benefit them. He's not going to harm them. So why? Why are you doing that? Now, in the next few verses, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala is going to clear Harun from the accusation that Bani Israel accused him. Actually, if you read in the Old Testament again, in the Exodus, you will see that they are accusing Harun that he actually collided with them. He actually took their side. And no. وَلَقَدْ قَالَ لَهُمْ هَارُونُ مِنْ قَبْلُ يَا قَوْمِ إِنَّمَا فُتِنْتُمْ بِهِ وَإِنَّ رَبَّكُمُ الرَّحْمَنُ فَاتَّبِعُونِي وَأَطِيعُوا أَمْرِي. Harun had already before this said to them, O my people, you are being tested in this, for verily your Lord is Allah, most gracious. So follow me and obey my command. So Harun did not collide with them, did not take their side. What was the response of his people? قالوا لن نبرح عليه عاكفين حتى يرجع إلينا موسى. We will not cease to worship it. You see, the word i'tikaf is always repeated when someone is worshipping an idol. The way they sit in front of the idol, the way they stand, the way they bow, the way they prostrate. This is a form of i'tikaf, which like seclusion, dedication, devotion to this idol. قالوا لن نبرح عليه عاكفين حتى يرجع إلينا موسى. We will continue to worship this thing, this God of ours, until Musa comes back. So when Musa came back, he spoke very harshly to his brother. And there was unfortunately physical involvement as well. قال يا هارون ما منعك إذ رأيتهم ضلوا ألا تتبعني أفعصيت أمري. O Harun, what did prevent you when you saw them were going wrong not to follow me? أفعصيت أمري? Did you disobey my order, my command? O Harun, what kept you back when you saw them going wrong from following me? Did you then disobey my order? قال يا ابن لا تأخذ بلحيتي ولا برأسي. So what did Musa do? He did not speak that nicely to his brother. He grabbed him from his beard and from his hair. So there is a physical engagement now. Musa is so angry, so annoyed, so upset. So he grabbed his brother from his beard and his hair and pulled him in front of everybody. How dare you did not follow my command? Why you did not obey me when I told you what to do? So what was the answer of Harun? Harun didn't fight back. قال يا ابن Oh, son of my mother. Son of my mother. To remind him, we are brothers. What are you doing to me? I am your brother. We are from the same mother. قال يا ابن لا تأخذ بلحيتي ولا برأسي. Don't grab, don't pull my beard or my hair. ولا برأسي. You see the head and the beard, it grabbed him. إني خشيت أن تقول فرقت بين بني إسرائيل ولم ترقب قولي. I was so worried and so concerned that you would say I have made a division between Bani Israel and I did not follow your command. Harun alayhi salatu wasalam did not condone or support what Bani Israel did. No, he did not. He did not. قال فما خطبك يا سامري. Now, when I read the same story from another chapter, you will see different types of conversation between Musa and Harun. Okay? So remember, inshallah, when I finish this. قال يا ابن لا تأخذ بلحيتي ولا برأسي إني خشيت أن تقول فرقت بين بني إسرائيل ولم ترقب قولي. O son of my mother, don't seize me by my hair, by my beard, nor by the hair of my head. Truly I feared lest you should say you have caused a division among the children of Israel, and you did not observe my word. Okay, that was the response made by Harun to his brother. So now Musa is turning his attention now to As-Samiri, this man who invented or staged this event. قال فما خطبك يا سامري. What then is your case, O Samiri? قال بصرت بما لم يبصروا به فقبضت قبضة من أثر الرسول فنبذتها وكذلك سولت نفسي. Here, if I read the translation of this bit here, the footnote, it's very interesting. This man is trying to flatter Musa, and he was saying to him, I saw you when you were going to the mountain. I picked up a handful from your footprints and I threw it into the fire, adding it to the gold which the people threw in. He replied, I saw what they did not see. I saw something which they did not see. It reminds me of Pharaoh when he said to his people, ما أريكم إلا ما أرى وما أهديكم إلا سبيل الرشاد. You remember the Pharaoh said to his people, I can only show you what I see because what I see is the right thing. So Samiri said exactly the same. I saw what you did not say. So I took a handful of dust from the footprint of the messenger and threw it into the calf. Thus did my soul suggest to me. He thought by flattering Musa, he can get away with it. But of course not. Samurai saw something sacred or supernatural in Moses' footprints. Perhaps he thinks a little flattery would make Moses forgive him. The dust became sacred, and his throwing it into the calf made the calf utter a lowing sound, as if that was the point at issue. He does not answer the charge of making an image for worship, but finally, with arrogant effrontery, he says, well, that is what my soul suggested to me, and that should be enough. And listen to the curse which was put on السامري. قال فاذهب فإن لك في الحياة أن تقول لا مساس. Okay, go. You will be untouchable. You will not be able to touch anything or anybody to touch you. Pain. He lived in pain for the rest of his life. Nobody can touch him, and he cannot touch anybody or anything. فاذهب فإن لك في الحياة أن تقول لا مساس. Also, maybe this is something like he became a social lepers, untouchables. Perhaps also sufficiently arrogant to hold others at arm's length and say, touch me not. So that was the curse on a samurai. وإن لك موعدا لن تخلفه. And you are going to have an appointment or a date which you are not going to fail. Don't worry. Don't worry. وانظر إلى إلهك الذي ظلت عليه عاكف. And look at your God whom you've been so devoted to. لنحرقنه. We are going to burn it fully. ثم لننسفنه في اليم نسفا. And then we are going to throw it into the sea. This little golden calf you made, and you persuaded Bani Israel to worship instead of the one true God, we are going to completely destroy it and scatter it into the sea. إنما إلهكم الله الذي لا إله إلا هو. Your God, your real God is Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. الذي لا إله إلا هو. There is no other God but He subhanahu wa ta'ala. وسع كل شيء علما. He comprehends in His knowledge everything. So that was the reading from chapter 20. Now let me read from Surah Al-A'raf chapter 7. In Surah Al-A'raf, verses 150. ولما رجع موسى إلى قومه غضبان آسفا. When Musa returned to his people and he was so angry and grieved. قال بئس ما خلفتموني من بعدي. أعجلتم أمر ربكم. Evil it is that you have done in my place, in my absence. أعجلتم أمر ربكم. Did you make haste to bring on the judgment of your Lord? وألقى الألواح. Oh my goodness. Imagine he was carrying all the tablets, and what he did? ألقى الألواح. Throw them down. وأخذ برأس أخيه يجره إليه. And then he pulled his brother from his head, pulling him towards him. And Harun said, قال ابن the son of my mother, إن القوم استضعفوني وكادوا يقتلونني. Can you imagine how was the reaction of Harun to his brother? Full submission, full submission. إن قومي استضعفوني وكادوا يقتلونني. My people. Actually, he didn't say my people. He said إن القوم, the people. استضعفوني. They really did not have any regard to me or any respect to me. And they were almost about to kill me. Son of my mother, the people did indeed reckon me as nothing and went near to killing me. They were almost about to kill me. فلا تشمت بي الأعداء. Don't make our enemies rejoice in seeing such a thing. ولا تجعلني مع القوم الظالمين. And don't please assume or place me among those who are doing wrong. Subhanallah. This is so beautiful. The people ignored me fully, had no respect for me. They tried to kill me. So please, don't make the enemies rejoice by seeing you hitting me or fighting with me or quarreling with me. And don't assume or don't conclude that I am one of those who did wrong. Musa immediately, alayhi salatu wassalam, look at the invocation. What did he say? قال رب اغفر لي ولأخي. My Lord, forgive me and my brother. وأدخلنا في رحمتك وأنت أرحم الراحمين. Forgive me and my brother and admit us to your mercy. And you are the most merciful. You are the most merciful of those who show mercy. So please forgive me and my brother and include us in your mercy, or admit us to your mercy. I'll go now to chapter 2. Another very interesting story happened to Bani Israel when they were in Sinai. There was a crime. Someone killed his uncle because he wanted to inherit him. So he killed him and he carried the body of the deceased uncle and put it in front of another house. So people came, arrested this man, accused him of killing the uncle of the other man. Subhanallah. I'm reading from verse 72. Please, if you want to follow me, okay? أعوذ بالله من الشيطان الرجيم. وإذ قتلتم نفسا فادارأتم فيها والله مخرج ما كنتم تكتمون. Okay, what happened? Allah subhanahu. Okay, Musa alayhi salatu wassalam had to judge who killed the man. He just received the law, the tablets, the Torah, and he has to implement what is in it. So Musa said to Bani Israel, إن الله يأمركم أن تذبحوا بقرة. Verse 67, chapter 2. وإذ قال موسى لقومه إن الله يأمركم أن تذبحوا بقرة. قالوا أتتخذون هزوا. What are you making fun of us? What does a heifer, a cow, has to do with the man who's been killed? قال أعوذ بالله أن أكون من الجاهلين. They were saying to him, are you making fun of us? He said, no, I seek refuge with Allah, being an ignorant or fool. قالوا ادع لنا ربك يبين لنا ما هي. Ask your Lord to tell us the specifications of the cow he wants us to kill. قال إنه يقول إنها بقرة لا فارض ولا بكر عوان بين ذلك فافعلوا ما تؤمرون. Your Lord says the heifer should be neither too old nor too young, but of middling age. Now go and do what you have been commanded to do. قالوا ادع لنا ربك يبين لنا ما لونه. Ask your Lord to tell us what color. قال إنه يقول إنها بقرة صفراء فاقع لونها تسر الناظرين. Allah says a fawn colored heifer, pure and rich in tone, the admiration of beholders. قالوا ادع لنا ربك يبين لنا ما هي. Ask your Lord to tell us exactly how does she look like. إن البقرة تشابه علينا. There are so many of them. إنا إن شاء الله لمهتدون. Surely we are going to be guided. So the message came again from Allah. A heifer not trained to till the soil or water the fields, sound and without blemish. قال إنه يقول إنها بقرة لا ذلول تثير الأرض ولا تسقي الحرث مسلمة لا شية فيها. قالوا الآن جئت بالحق فذبحوها وما كادوا يفعلون. And they found it. They said to Musa, yes, now you have brought the truth. They found the cow. They slaughtered the cow. What was the command? Take the meat of this cow after they slaughtered it and put it in the body of the deceased. So he came back to life and he pointed at the one who killed him. Subhanallah. And that's why chapter 2 is called Al-Baqarah, the heifer, the cow. And this is the story regarding how did the children of Israel react to Musa when he asked them to slaughter a cow as Allah commanded them to do. Now, I need to mention something very interesting now regarding Al-Ard al-Muqaddasa, the Holy Land, when the people or the people of Moses, the children of Israel, were asked actually to enter the Holy Land. And I need to be very quick, starting from verse 20. Remember, Moses said to his people, O my people, call in remembrance the favor of Allah unto you, when he produced prophets among you, made you kings, and gave you what he had not given to any other among the peoples. O my people, enter the Holy Land which Allah has assigned unto you, and do not turn back, for then you will be overthrown to your own ruin. وَلَا تَرْتَدُّوا عَلَىٰ أَدْبَارِكُمْ. Don't turn back on your head. Don't change what you have believed in. So the Holy Land at that time had tyrants living there. It was Goliath and his people there, and Allah called them in the Quran قَوْمًا جَبَّارِينَ. قَالُوا يَا مُوسَى إِنَّ فِيهَا قَوْمًا جَبَّارِينَ. O Moses, there are tyrants who live in that land there. There is no way would enter that land until they go out from it. When they leave, then we will enter. Two men from Moses' people who were God-fearing, they said, ادخلوا عليهم الباب. If you enter from the gate, فإذا دخلتموه فإنكم غالبون. If you enter, you will be victorious. وعلى الله فتوكلوا إن كنتم مؤمنين. Put your trust in Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala if you are really true believers. Go, you must take the initiative of going into the Holy Land, and Allah will make you victorious on the tyrant people who live there. And what was the response of his people? قالوا يا موسى إنا لن ندخلها أبدا ما داموا فيها. Oh Moses, we will never enter the Holy Land as long as these tyrant rulers or people are living there. فاذهب أنت وربك. Go you and your Lord فقاتلا. Fight together. Go and your Lord and fight them. إنها هنا قاعدون. We are going to sit here waiting for you and your God to go and fight the tyrants. Oh my goodness. Can you imagine the way they responded to Musa عليه الصلاة والسلام? قال رب إني لا أملك إلا نفسي وأخي. Oh my Lord, I only have no control over anyone among them except myself and my brother Harun. فافرق بيننا وبين القوم الفاسقين. So separate us from this rebellious people. So the message came in verse 26. قال فإنها محرمة عليهم 40 سنة يتيهون في الأرض فلا تأس على القوم الفاسقين. Allah said, therefore the land will be out of their reach for 40 years. In destruction they will wander through the land. But do not feel sorry over these rebellious people. And that's what happened. 40 years they lived in Sinai, and after that a new generation came and they entered the Holy Land. There's a beautiful footnote, but I can't read it now. I ran out of time, so maybe next time inshallah I can mention it to you. أقول قولي هذا وأستغفر الله لي ولكم ولسائر المؤمنين فاستغفروه إنه غفور رحيم. May Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala bless you all and protect you from every evil and reward you abundantly in this life and the hereafter. نسأل الله العظيم رب العرش العظيم أن يشفيكم ويعافيكم ويعفو عنكم جميعا إن شاء الله. اللهم اشف مرضانا وارحم موتانا واقض الدين على المدينين وفرج هم المهمومين ونفس كرب المكروبين فك أسر المأسورين. Please do not forget to contribute to the construction of our mosque. Please, we need your help. May Allah bless you all. Wassalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh.